Hello everyone. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking about the LeaderShift that needs to take place in leadership to propel your business forward right now on the front.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead the Teams, the Front.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join me today. My name is Mike Phillips and I will be your host. This is The Front, and the topic today is the LeaderShift. See, social media and technology and people's opinions about social media and technology, and as rapidly as things move, oftentimes if you've been in a leadership role for a little bit, sometimes I think we get stuck. And if it's somebody that we're grooming to come up into a leadership or management role, if it's, you're watching this and you're saying, hey, I'm just getting ready to take on that role and I'm excited about it, oftentimes the person that was your predecessor may make you stuck without even realizing it because they're training you in their way of doing it. And that's how they came into business. That's how they were taught to manage and lead people. I'll give you an example. Previously, and let's say either past generations, call it 80s, 90s, that's when I started coming up in business. Previously, if there was somebody that was a boss or a leader and they were in charge, right? It was my manager. They were my boss. And what happened was they would say, hey, here's this task that needs to get done and I need you to do it. Or they would take the approach that it was, you need to do this. You need to listen to me. And I think over time, especially right now, where there is so much access to other human beings, there's so much access to other opinions, everybody's saying, oh, that's not the right way to do it, or this is the right way to do it, or, well, you should listen to me. And there's so many people in general that are yelling and saying, hey, I need you to listen to me, that I think it's critical. Here's one of the first leader shifts. In leadership, you need to say, hey, let me listen to you. Previously we had these tried and true methods in management that you'd say, no, you need to listen to me because this is the way that it works. And so we got groomed into that way of doing things. And I think often, if it's somebody that's been in a leadership role, we may be afraid to try something with a new tact. We may be afraid to attempt something differently than how we were trained for fear of the unknown outcome. Everything right now is moving so quickly. There are tons of unknown outcomes. So when or if you are a person that is in a leadership role right now, it's so important that you make that shift to kind of team leadership and listening to the people that are working with you, because when you do so, it makes their opinions, their ideas, all of the things that people want to be heard for on a daily basis, your team will feel more valued. They'll want to do more of those tasks that need to be done so that you can achieve the results that your business is looking for. And then all of a sudden, your results will go through the roof. So that's the first leader shift I'm talking about today, is the fact that you need to slow down and evolve to the point you're listening to your people, not just your own ideas. Here's the second thing. You gotta pull yourself out front. You have to continue to do the things that got you into the position that you're in. So often people get promoted within a business or within a company and they forget all the things that got them there. They start doing what their predecessor did that is no longer there. And there's a reason that predecessor is no longer there, right? You need to continue to do the things actively that got you into that position. When you do those things, it's also inspiring to the people that are around you because they'll watch you, they'll see it, they'll say, hey, look, if Mike is willing to do it, then I'm willing to do it, right? They'll put forth the effort when you put forth the effort. So don't forget the things that got you into the leadership role in the first place. For some reason, people seem to think, they go, well, hey, I made it. Now I'm running this organization and now I don't ever have to do that again. And that's not the way it works. You may not have to do it for a little bit of time, but the moment somebody needs your assistance to be able to achieve that with absolute expertise, step up. You know, it's very, very important that you still, dust yourself off and say, hey, I got this. Here's how you're able to accomplish this, and continue having at least the ability to do the tasks that put you in that position in the first place. The third leader shift in leadership, it's that, yes, you need to have a plan. It's very important to have a plan and cast the vision for your team and get everybody engaged and involved and excited about the direction that you're headed. And here's the hard part. When your plan doesn't work, you have to be prepared to evolve and develop a new plan. See, so often we fall in love with our plan, and because it's our plan, we have to execute on our plan and the method. But you have to be realistic with yourself. If the way that plan is taking shape and that vision that you've casted is all of a sudden not going to lead you in the direction or to the place that you wanted to be in, it's not going to achieve the desired result, then as a leader, you have to be prepared to change. You have to be prepared to evolve. I mean, that's the whole point of this video even, right? You've got to have that leader shift. You have to be willing to make the changes. And so often when people get to the top, they think, well, I can't admit fault. I can't admit that this isn't going to work, because if you admit that it isn't going to work, then there's some layer of failure. And it's really hard to accept failure. But I will tell you this, just from my own experience, and I think if you slow down and looked at your own journey, you would agree with me here that you've probably learned far more from your failures than when you were just walking through the park, hitting all these successes, winning all the time, right? You've learned a lot more from not being able to achieve something and have to make adjustments than if you were just able to breeze through it. So do me a favor, share in the comments down below, what shifts do you believe need to happen in leadership so that businesses, entrepreneurs, people that are in a position and want to experience a high level of growth and success, what shifts do you see that also need to happen in addition to the few that I've shared with you today? Thank you so much for joining me. Do me a favor, if you've gained something out of the video, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification icon so you get notified when I'm uploading new videos and when I go live. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today on this episode of The Front. And until we speak next, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.